Good morning, shut-ins.
Yo.
Welcome, everybody. How's it going?
How you guys doing? So there's a lot of stuff over here.
There is, huh? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's why I was like...
Pickled eggs, too, so everybody can see.
Silent there for a minute.
So everybody can see how we finna be raising some money. Make sure he get his little part. A money grabber right there.
Oh, boy.
Dressed in red. Ready to make an impact.
I hope everyone's having a good day today. We have a cool show today. We have Green Nurse on the Grow with Jodi, Chapin, and Nate Andrade. So that's always fun. And then we also have Nick the Intern. He has a special guest, Polla Dean, is coming on today. And that's later, a little later on. And then later on, you're going to be on Sunday Fun Day with Beantown Greentown this afternoon. So that'll be fun. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. And let's see what I'm getting over here. So, yeah, good morning to everyone who's joining. I can't really see over there. This thing's... Oh, I know why this thing isn't working right.
Damn, you're dry, Eric. Hell yeah, I'm always dry. It's alligator skin.
He's making sure he's not ashy.
Got some alligator skin. You gotta make sure.
This thing's not going to work today, by the way, just so you know. Just over there.
Gotta make sure I get this skin right.
That's awesome, Melissa. That's really cool that you, about the 12.3 miles for epilepsy, the biking.
That's a lot of biking, Melissa.
Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Rebecca. Oh, no, pickled eggs. No, I don't like those two emojis together. That's not cool. I hope everyone's having a good morning.
You guys like Kate Cushman's new money maker? Who knew eggs could make so much money?
Oh, boy.
Who knew?
Yeah, so we're really excited to...
have these pickled eggs.
You know, just before we started, you were, like, looking in there and you're like, what is this? What is this? I want to know what this is. Like, what's that? Oh, no, I guess that's a beet. Oh. There's stuff kind of floating in there that you weren't sure of either. And, and I mean, it was Chris that made them, so I'm sure it's all good. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely some interesting things floating around there.
Oh, yeah.
So today we're going to be doing Green Nurse on the Grow, which is the continuing adventure of Jodi Chapin with her home grow. And we have Nate Andrade from Between the Rows. He comes on twice a week with her to sort of look. She shows him how it's going. She asks him questions. He gives her advice. And it's pretty useful for a lot of folks to be able to watch because she has a few different plants in different stages. So you're sort of hearing her good advice about lots of stuff, not just about where she is with one set of plants. So it's pretty good. Morning, Adam.
Hey, Sawyer, thanks for signing my card. You're welcome, Sawyer. My dog, Sawyer.
Morning, Ken.
Sawyer found a card of me.
So probably in about 10 minutes we're going to have Jodi and Nate with Green Nurse on the Grow come on. They're going to come on first today, which is cool. And yeah, and then we're going to have Nick the Intern come on later.
Nick the intern.
So, you've never met Nick in person. Today might end up being that day.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see. I think so. I think maybe.
Nick is in Massachusetts?
He is.
I thought he was in Cali.
No, Nick is actually right in the Boston area, like fairly Boston proper.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting.
It'll be super interesting.
Yeah, none of this stuff is going to be working today, so I might as well get rid of it. So
Hell no, Mike can't beat me in no arm wrestling.
who said that? Oh, Ken. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't even know. I would
better
think
stop
about
it.
trying that. He's just trying to goad you into trying to arm wrestle me.
No, he's just trying to get me into talking. I've been watching Ken. Ken is an instigator.
And so Melissa in the comments is saying that her son uses CBD to treat his epilepsy, which is amazing.
Nice.
And a lot of people do find a lot of positive effects from cannabis in general for treating stuff.
Yo, what's up, George?
So the other day we did see the Hempt folks. Ralph and his son and daughter all came down and they brought us stuff, which was really cool. I got some honey sticks.
We'll strike some dice.
Ralph was thinking that I drink tea, which there's plenty of other things to use honey for. I like honey. But he was thinking that I drink tea, and I was sort of wondering what it was about me that would make somebody think that I drink tea.
I don't know what a tea drinker look like.
By the way, you have a strange hair on your beard. So there's kind of like underneath there. There it is. Grab it. Okay. Ooh, I think you got it. See it? Weird hair.
Not my hair.
Not mine. I have no idea.
I do not know whose hair that is.
Today's tie is a Versace. I don't know that I've ever worn this one either. But it's pretty dope. I like it. Some people occasionally like to be like, make weird comments about my ties. And the thing is that you don't get to really expensive ties and then them not be like kind of weird sometimes. I don't know. Take it up with Versace.
Versace.
I mean, he's passed away, so I don't think anyone's taken up anything with him, but you know. Let's get to today's contest. It's a Sunday. We're going to do... By the way, so I'm in Facebook jail because somebody decided yesterday that that my shares of the stuff was considered spam, which Facebook has now deemed that it's not. But somebody... So, folks, there's ways... like, if you don't like to see stuff on Facebook, you're actually in full control. Like, you might see it once and not like it, but then after that, you have the ability to make sure you never see it again if you don't want to see it. And you can simply go and click and say that you don't want to see that, and then if you drill into it, like, let's say you don't ever want to see anything from Disrupt America again. It's actually pretty easy. You can just say, Facebook, don't ever show me anything from Disrupt America again, and you'll never see it again. And even if people are sharing it, you'll never see it. It's really easy. But us and other people sharing the show is not considered spam. And even if you have sort of a misconception of what the word spam actually means, Facebook wants us to share the show. They want you to share your stuff too. That's why they put the share button out there, and that's why they let you share it so much. And that's why Facebook measures part of the success on media that people make based on how many shares it gets. So when you tag people's stuff that are sharing stuff as spam, I mean, Facebook already decided it wasn't spam, so I'm not, in the long run, I'm not concerned about it. But, it's pretty, just be responsible for your own media consumption. It's pretty easy. I unfollowed most people in the cannabis community. I don't have to see those people that I don't want to see anymore. It's easy. I don't go around marking their stuff as spam or marking their stuff as inappropriate. I just don't pay attention to it. It's really easy. And you guys can all do that too. It's super, super, super easy. Yeah, Heather Marie Brown, I sort of thought about that from like a few days after I started wearing them, and people were like, whoa, the ties. And I had a few people, especially at the beginning with some of my most dope ties, that people were like saying stuff about it. So Ken, it's important that Eric eats. If you don't see him eating, then there's a chance he'll get into it with somebody in the comments. So we're all actually which is, Ken, I know you're sort of new, so toward the beginning we used to joke all the time about wanting breakfast sponsors. And we got a few, which was really awesome. But really it was just because I knew that starting the show in the morning, and neither of us ever eat. This is him eating. So neither of us ever eating usually was making it sort of like a weird...
What's up, Nano Tank?
Hey, Ava. Good morning. And good morning to Cheryl and to everyone else who's out there too. I can't really see the list. No, so if you guys can share it, that's cool. And it's interesting too, because there's not many, but there's a few groups that are sort of complaining that they're getting shares into their thing, and it's like, I don't know. So everyone knows Disrupt America has a group too. It's called Disrupt America Official Group, and you're all allowed to post whatever you want. So if any of you who are making shows or other content, there's no gate there. You are totally allowed to post what you want. And I don't really understand when people don't want things posted to their group. Because if you really don't like it, as a moderator, you just get rid of it. Or you just gate it beforehand and you decide if it's going to go up or not. So it's just weird when people are like, what's with all this sharing? You're in control of what you see. It's super simple. That all said, I guess we'll wait. We're going to wait a few more minutes for Jodi and Nate to join us, and make sure I got all their titles up and ready.
Yeah, we've all been getting reported.
Have you too?
Ben, no.
Oh.
I wish somebody would report me. Go ahead and do it. See what happens.
I mean, in the long run, it's whatever, you know.
Hey, Zuck gonna tell me.
Yeah, but it's not really a Zuck thing so much as it's like a
Kyle Ross.
people thing.
What's up, Kyle? Can see you're a Nebraska fan. Go Big Red.
What's up, Kyle? Nice to have you here.
Kyle, shout out to Kyle. Probably be a Nebraska thing. Sorry, I gotta hear me eat.
No, but if you don't, like, I don't know, if you sort of think about it, like, if you don't share the fact that your media exists, nobody new is ever gonna watch it or see it. So I don't know. I'm not sure, you know. But again, for folks out there, I get it. You know, because sometimes other people make stuff and I see like 3-4 people sharing the same thing. And I get it. It can be a little bit whatever, but just refresh your feed. It'll immediately disappear. Seriously. If you go tomorrow and you're like, wow, there's 3 Disrupt America things in my feed right now. I don't like that. Scroll up and scroll up extra and it does the little spinny wheel thing for a second and then they'll all disappear. It's so simple.
Report you eating all the Cheetos. Then say I report you air for not enough lotion.
the knot on my tie is.
What's up,
jacked
Ben? You
too.
want to come finish rubbing lotion on me then? I need some. I got some spots I missed.
My subtitle does say no eggs, please, today. Boo doo 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 doo.
Sharing is caring. You dang Skippy.
So,
Move for is probably Keith from.
and by the way, shout out to the Talking Dead. And you guys should all go. I don't have Scott the Superfan. We do have Heather Marie Brown, which is awesome. Heather Marie Brown, if you can find the Talking Dead's
Flight Club
page and then paste it in.
What's up, dog?
Actually, I can't even pin stuff today. I'm a little hobbled today, but y'all should go find the Talking Dead and follow them. They actually lately have been having really cool people on, like comic book artists and stuff like that. We're in Massachusetts.
Hell no, we ain't in no Massachusetts. We in upstate Delaware.
Upstate Canada.
We're in upstate Delaware somewhere. You gotta find us.
Yeah, no, Heather Marie Brown is awesome. She's been standing in for Scott the Superfan. But you guys should follow the Talking Dead because they've been making really cool stuff lately. And you should share their show for them. Everyone should share each other's shows. Even if you, when they're on, even if you go and you like it, it just makes it more likely that their stuff will show up in somebody's feed.
Unless you buy one for $100 so Mike can eat it, the money will go to charity.
The money's all going to go to charity anyway. I'm not expecting.
Oh, I missed this comment. Scroll back up real quick. What's Buddy's comment? We have season tickets to the Husker football games. We sit up top in the new part they built on the side. Huskers players on. Oh, that's tight. You sit all the way up there?
No drop frames today, which is good. So we're just waiting for Jodi to come in. We're still waiting on Nate and Avril. Yeah, there's that link, and I can't pin it today because I can't today. But there's that link. Make sure you guys are following them. And also, yesterday we had Oblivious on.
Who's Oblivious?
The hip hop dude.
Oh yeah.
And he has a really cool video that was actually made by somebody in the New England cannabis community, Rose Glenn. Rose has really good stuff too. I forget where he's out of. I always think he's out of Vermont, but then I think people tell me he's out of Maine, and who knows, maybe he's in New Hampshire. But and by the way, can I say something? I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, your parents have to be really cool to name you Rose as a dude. For real though, and like he pulls it off. Like you're rolling some dice, and they're lucky that their kid came out like good looking and talented and all that good stuff. And then he has a badass name, and he has a badass name. His name is so cool that like for a while my brain was like his name must be Ross, which isn't as cool of a name nearly as Rose.
Rose and Ross.
I think no, Rose is tight. I like that. Because when you're a dude and you can pull off the name Rose, like, bam, you're a badass. I've never actually met the dude in person, but
so how you know he a badass?
I've heard of some of his exploits that impressed me. He showed up once to a Sensi party and rolled through with his buddies.
You trying to butter him up all now?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Some of these
Trying to butter him up.
What's up, Fico fam? How you doing? So yeah, we're gonna have Jodi and
Butter you up.
Jodi. For some reason, it just has been saying that you're joining.
What's up,
now
Plain
for, like,
Truth?
a long time.
Long time no see, my brother. Our YouTube dog, the Plain Truth, is in. What's up, Ken?
What's up, dude? What's up, everybody? Yeah, that's really strange.
Trish said, oh, okay, I woke up and started watching Hollywood, the old school Hollywood, and I am now is that supposed to be draining? Draining blueberries. And this blister is starting to hurt. Ow, wow. Ouch. It had to be pretty cool playing with Tom Brady. It's alright. No, I'm playing. It was dope. Dang it. Oh shit, the iPad died. I'm great. Looking forward to seeing Jodi. She's a wonderful healer.
She is. Jodi's awesome. And they'll be on in just a minute. Looks like there was a little Zoom issue, so I just had to restart a new meeting. And let's see if she can come in this time.
Let's see if she's gonna come in.
Let's start the giveaway, though, today, before we get any further.
What's the giveaway?
Let's do some Infused Jam today. We have a bunch of people watching. So the Infused Jam's awesome, everybody. And it's made by an award-winning jam maker. So, Heather Marie, what do you mean by weird on your end? We're not seeing any connectivity issues here. Other than that, like, Jodi, that Zoom is, like, clearly not working right. This will be interesting, by the way, because the last time I started, I'm like restarting Zoom right now, big time, and last time I did it, it kicked us off the stream, so let's see what happens.
Peace.
Jodi, I'm going to give you another link. Try this again.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I just sneezed. Looks fine on Facebook and Twitch from my end. Appreciate that, JT. Shout out to JT. J Tizzle. For shizzle my nizzle. Kyle Ross. What you saying my name for? Oh, bless you. He tagged me and then said bless you. Appreciate that, Kyle. You had a little sneezy. It's a little wheezy out. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate the bless you. You guys are all so nice. Well, let me scroll back, but I'm paying attention, so it shouldn't be an issue.
I Rage Against the Machine in my head.
Did my nails last night.
You want one of
What
these
color
cookies?
did you do your nails, Ava? Blue, red. What color? Sneezing is blah today. Bless you. Well, thank you, Trish. My sneezing was a little blah, huh? Who wanna be our breakfast sponsor? Who wanna be our after show food sponsor? That's what we gonna call it. Who wanna be our post show food sponsor? After a long day's work.
All right. Dealing on this. Yes, Heather Marie Brown, I know.
Do not eat more than 4 of these in 24 hours.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're vitamin C. It's an overdose of
That's therapeutic, though.
vitamin.
I thought vitamin C was,
You overdo
flush it.
vitamins.
I
Yeah,
thought
you would just piss it out.
right. Which means you can take therapeutic doses of it.
You
Certain vitamins you
can
can't.
take a bunch of
Like
it.
iron, you can't. You don't flush iron out like that, right?
No, absolutely
But
not.
vitamin C, you can.
Iron, zinc. A lot
Like
of,
even B is water soluble. Is like you flush it.
Yeah,
I mean,
most
I get it. You
vitamins.
need to drink more water and stuff. But it's just, I get it. I mean, I guess that's recommended. But I thought for a second it was like, you're gonna
Good morning.
your fingernails are gonna fall out. At the end.
Amanda, we've missed you, but we glad you showed up. We thought you wasn't, thought you was done with us. You didn't tell me what color your nails were, Ava. Eric Martin, do you think football season will happen this year? It can possibly happen, Kyle, but you won't be sitting in the stands. You're going to be watching from at home.
So Jodi is, I'm assuming, struggling to get in the Zoom room. It doesn't look like her video is starting. There's Nate and
Said
April.
vitamin C is ultra high doses. Is incredibly good for chronic pain patients. I've been doing mine since last night. Fell asleep before I could finish. Who's the singer here? I'm the singer, Ken. What are you talking about? You got something to say about it? Got something to say about my vocals? Let me know your opinion. Are they good or bad? Because that'll determine how long you be in these comments for. Because you already on strike two. Don't think I forgot you was talking about my weight yesterday. Saying how big I look on camera. That's cool, Ken. Go ahead, slip up. You better watch your text now. At least words is the only one that you can't take back. But you can type something in and erase it now. Watch your words. Watch your next text, Ken. I'm telling you, that mute button ain't far away from me. Oh my God, I have the munchies so bad. Me too, Rebecca. Me too. Me too. No, never done. I love you guys. I'm going to clone off and watch y'all on Twitch. You guys are commenting too fast. Slow down. Am I in the wrong room? I see me in a pickup mic, so no sound. What? Don't quit your day job, brother. Oh, that's what you got to say, Ken? All right, Ken. Don't worry. You know Mike is real good with computers. I'm finna get your IP address and find out where your ass is. Keep talking that mess. I'm finna come. I'm finna show up in front of your place, see if you can say it to my face, homie. PMU my nails. Ava, what color did you? I asked you what color did you paint down. You said you got them done. Just tell me the color. That depends on how you're using it, like everything. I need breakfast bad. Trish, me too. Me too. What you getting us? You know I like eggs sunny side up. Maybe over medium, over hardish. hash browns, me at 2 a.m. eating tuna and wheat thins. That's what I do that's what I be doing sometimes. Oh my gosh, I can open everyone's cans right now. My nails are super strong now. Hey, but I still didn't tell me the color of them. I'll give you my address. Give me your address then, Ken. Put your address in the comments then, Ken. You so bold. Go ahead, do it. Please. Please, be my guest. Put your address in the comments. I'm going to pull up too, Ken. You think it's a game. I'm going to pull up. You think, all right, bet. Put it in the comments, Ken. Go ahead. Type it out. You big bold bag. Let me see it. Come on. Sorry to say, Eric, but I'm a Chiefs fan. That's fine. Chiefs fans is losers too. Just because y'all got a Super Bowl last year don't mean nothing. This is it for y'all. Y'all not getting nothing else. They're multicolored like Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat. Oh, that's nice, Ava. That's nice. I ain't created Zulu. What the hell, baby? The Zoom is over. Heather said, Mike, what if you created a new Zoom link? What the hell, baby? The Zoom link is overloaded this morning. Dean, Tom Brady is not an asshole. You just think that because the media tricks you. They trick you. I'm in the last link that Mike sent to me.
Who's that?
Jodi.
Yeah.
All right, Ken. Appreciate that. Hey, say that comment. Say it. Actually, I'm gonna take a picture. Appreciate that, Ken. I'll be there. Don't forget the rest of it now. Don't forget the city. Don't forget the city. You put the address. Don't forget the city now. Don't be scared. Do not be scared, Ken. Do not be scared, Ken, cause I'm finna pull up in my Chevy truck. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly thought I would never see the Chiefs win a Super Bowl in my entire life. Yeah, y'all got lucky. I ain't winning no more. Patrick Mahomes is done. They finna figure him out. They finna put him on an island. I had shrimp and beef at a food truck last night, mushrooms, some squash, and what else fit in the grill. Hey, we're gonna have to mute you, Trish. You keep talking about food and we ain't ate yet. It's kind of like me, you know? Chiefs fans are losers, too. I am becoming a Patriots fan now. Why are you becoming a Patriots fan, Trish? Rebecca, making Birdland. What city are you in, Ken? That's what I said. Rebecca asked him, what city you in? Nah, Ken. Don't say I told you the city and state the other day. Nah, tell us now in the comments. Be a man. And you said, I'm going to put my address in the comments. We'll finish the address. Don't say that we told you the other day. Make us go look. Nah, we want you to put it in so we can all pull up. Because we all pulling up. It ain't just finna be me. We finna have the whole comments pulling up, homie. So just be ready. Just remember what you asked for. When we all pull up and talk that talk you was talking in the comments earlier, homie. Yeah, we ready. Is Ken even in mask? That's what I'm saying, Rebecca. He's scared. He know if he is in mask, that's why he ain't put the city. And don't worry, we'll drive to every address connected to that city, or every city connected to that address.
Hey. I see
Chevy
you.
truck,
I'm glad
baby.
to know that Zoom is working for somebody.
You may be I.
Yes.
Hey, make your house closet, so can you pick me up again? Hey,
Just
Dean,
waiting for Jodi to get her
nobody-
video to work. Jodi, if you're listening, you need to like.
Hey, yeah, Dean, put your address in the comments. We is doing house calls. We'll
Can you
pull
see?
up,
You can't see Jodi though, right?
We'll pull up with a gallon of something for you. Hi, Averill. Hi, Averill. Oh.
Let's see.
Missouri, the show me state. Oh, okay, kid, but that's the state. We ain't get the city.
Yeah, Jodi, we none of us can
Jody
see
said, "I'm
you.
here.
We can't see you, Jodi.
I'm here." I just saw Nate and April join.
And I keep asking you to start your video, Jodi, and it doesn't come through.
Start your video, Jody.
Hey,
Why can't
Nate and
you
April,
see?
out of curiosity, like, other than being on your phone, what changed? Because when you were in your house, it wasn't really working, right?
Huh?
When you were in your house on your laptop, Zoom wasn't working correctly, right?
No, it was usually we go home and do it at the house on the laptop. It doesn't work at the farm on my phone.
I know. I meant today, right now.
Oh, I just left the meeting and
Hey, Dean,
went back, but I'm doing it on the iPad.
Oh yeah,
So I have to
Dean.
copy the link and open it in Safari.
Yeah, Dean. I don't go to Arkansas, my brother. You good?
But I
You
think I
safe
got a
there.
good signal because I have the iPad and we're at the farm.
Out of all 50 states, there's only one state I don't go to, and that's Arkansas. So you're all right, buddy. You got lucky. You're lucky. You in Arkansas. Out of all the states you done picked, you got lucky you live there.
Are we on the air yet?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Maybe this is Jodi coming in. Oh, no, she left. That's why.
We on the air. What it do? Who's the what it do?
Your voice is on the air, but not you. Because I had Jodi's titles up too. I didn't want to make it weird.
Oh Lord, can't you see Eric Martin, Super Bowl champ, talk shit to me? Yeah. Yeah.
How you guys, Nate and April, how you doing today?
Good. Good.
Cool.
They're catfish.
Hold on, I'll take off Jodi's title so it's not confusing, and then we'll just bring you over.
So I was working on a farm this morning, you know. I was trying to get up. I was a little sore this morning. My phone forgot to wake me up. How you guys doing? I was gonna make it to the farm this morning. I just got a little sore. That was it.
Got filled up.
Mike didn't want to get up this morning. He was like, "Nah, bro, I don't feel like driving." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we'll just sit here, I guess.
Jodi's trying hard to get into the Zoom room, but her video doesn't seem to be working today. Before though, when yours wasn't working, that's what I was trying to figure out is like if you had done something different. You just switched devices, right?
Yeah, I left the group. I left the meeting.
Hey, everybody.
And I went back to you had sent a new link. I clicked on that link and copied it and put it in my Safari.
Is your that was your laptop though that wasn't working.
No, it was the iPad I wasn't connecting.
Premeditated excuses.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, George, don't be calling me out. These ain't no excuses,
yeah,
bro.
I
These
didn't
is
switch
facts.
device.
These is facts, my brother. I be waking up early and Mike don't be getting up, so I be like, well, if he not gonna get up, why should I? So I just lay back down and go to sleep.
Huh.
George trying to call me out. He finna get muted for a few minutes.
Yeah, Jodi is sending me a screenshot where she's like, "Look, I can see both of you." But Jodi, we can't hear you either, so I don't know what's going on with that. Jodi, it says that Jodi's a non-video participant. Maybe it's just Zoom that's not happy today. I don't know. Should we try to do Messenger chat?
Sure.
All right. I'm just going to quit this Zoom thing, okay? And call you on Messenger.
Liar, liar, you'd have breakfast in your belly right now if you got up and earned it by putting in work. So are you saying sitting here 2 hours a day on this show is not putting in work, Ava? Is that what you're saying? No, you watch us for 2 hours, so is that not putting in work? I'm just trying to understand. Chickens aren't gonna feed themselves, Eric. That's
You know. Let me turn down
you're
my.
right. Chickens aren't gonna feed themselves, but they'll find it if they get hungry.
All right, give me just a
I
second.
see you, Jodi.
Ooh, I see you too. I need to turn you way the
No,
fuck
I'm not.
down. My
No,
God,
you're
you're like
not. What,
yelling in my
King?
ear. Holy shit.
Amanda,
Not
did
that I
you
don't
see
want you yelling
Snapchat?
in my ear, but okay. I have my son's AirPods in. Do I sound staticky? Can you hear me?
You sound great on my
you're
end,
fine.
except for your camera's only showing your
I
nose
bet you
down.
do premeditated excuses on
At
the
least on
golf
my
course
screen.
too.
There we go.
With
That's
my
so
knee
funny.
hurt,
Oh,
so I
beautiful
probably
face.
won't play that. Hey George, whenever you want to get on the golf course, let me know, my brother.
Ooh,
I'm
bright
always
lights.
down to hit some golf balls. I
Oh,
smash you on the golf
my
course.
coffee's downstairs. It's all right.
I smash you in any
Oh, you
golf,
reminded me
even
my
putt
coffee's
putt.
empty.
We can get the putt putt.
Oh,
I'm killing you
mine's in
too.
the microwave.
Oh, man.
Do I have
King
a
said we
Do I
should
have a
add a hot
sec to
lesbian
go grab it?
segment.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Oh, I look like.
Let it hang up on your face. You about to hang up on my face? You gonna open me back up
Okay.
later? That's all I know. Ava, Jeff. Jeff said, "What's up, Nate?" Zoom has not been functional to its
Okay.
full capacity because so many people are using it. That's what Heather said.
Okay.
Where am I?
Here we go.
Duh. Just gotta
I'm
fix their
back.
titles for a second. Get it all looking good. So what's going on in the?
For the NFL, it's fun
In
to
chat
watch
right now.
Rex Burkhead. Yeah, Rex is fun, right? Rex played for the Patriots. He's the running back. You heard what, Amanda? What did you hear? George Armstrong. George says, "Hello, Nate. I grew up farming. My grandma used to pick chickens up and break their necks if you ask for soup." Well, that's not very nice to the chickens.
I'm already hot as fucking hell right now.
Ken Taylor said, "Rub that magic oil
Holy
on
shit.
each other."
George Armstrong said
You
hello.
want this too, Eric.
Um,
Hey, Jessica M. How you doing?
so we're actually, guys. I think we got it finally all set, and I'm glad we're using Facebook Messenger. It's actually looking pretty good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being patient with us. We have coming up right now Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow and her special guest, Nate Andrade, who's master grower from Between the Rows. And Jodi and Nate actually come on twice a week with her ongoing grow so that they can kind of show us how Jodi's doing. And then Nate gives her awesome advice. She's got multiple plants in different stages. So folks who are watching can actually hear and sort of see advice and progress from plants being grown in multiple stages right now. So it's really awesome. So let's go over to them. Jodi and Nate and Avril, thank you so much for joining us today. And go ahead, guys, and take it away.
Welcome, all my favorite people today. I love starting my mornings out like this. Nothing better than starting it out with some of my favorite people, surrounded by my favorite plants. I wish everybody could smell what I can smell right now. If I ever get COVID and lose my sense of smell, I will die because I do not want to stop smelling this. I have done lots of work this week. There was lots of overgrowth in my veg tent. What I was thinking was great, with all of these leaves and the size of my hand and green and all of this growth. I found out was too much growth. So, when I talked to Nate the last time, so I did lots of trimming. I did not clone everything, even though I wanted to, because there was so much, there was so much that I did cut off. But what I did instead is I juiced it. So I did use it for nourishment and didn't put that to waste. What I would love to do is turn around and actually show you what has happened in my flower tent. I pulled the 3 plants out. Nate and April, I know you already saw some of the pictures that I had sent last night of closer up. I was trying to get some better pictures.
Hey Jodi,
with Instagram. I don't know.
Hey Jodi, I'm sorry to interrupt for just a second.
Yeah.
So Heather Marie Brown, superfan fill-in for Scott the superfan, just reminded us that we didn't start the contest. So what we thought, and so here's my question for you, Jodi, and don't tell me which ones they are, but how many different strains are you growing right now in your room?
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Can I get back to you after I count, because I don't know what else.
But you got a bunch, right? You got a bunch.
Yeah.
When I say a bunch, you got more than 2, I guess, right?
I have more than 2, but less than what the state allows.
No, for sure, of course.
Plants.
So.
Oh yeah,
it's not a trick question.
That's how much it is. How much is that? What is that? 13, 15? Is it 20?
No, it's 6 and 6.
It's 12. It's 6 per adult. So I have 2 adults in my household, so I'm allowed 12 plants total, right?
Oh, okay.
Although
I thought you was gonna say
so
like
I think
18.
I'm allowed more, but I can't handle more than 12.
So
I've already proven that.
So Heather just hurried up and reminded me that we didn't actually start the contest, and so we're going to make it something having to do with your grow today. And so I was wondering.
Oh, yay!
Right, and by the way, so everyone knows, Avril's the maker of the jam. You see her there front and center. She's the awesome creator of all of that awesome jam, which is everyone's favorite prize out of all of our prizes. I'm pretty sure. So I think that the good thing would be for somebody to guess. I'm thinking maybe like they need to guess strains that you're growing or something. I don't know. Like I'm thinking, like, because chances are, if people have actually been paying attention, they'll have actually heard you mention some of those strains in previous episodes, right?
They may have, but I've also given some plants away, and there might have been some strains that I had mentioned before, but are no longer in my.
So here's what I would ask though: is you didn't give anything away in flower, right?
No.
Okay, so today's contest idea for everyone is, if you go into the comments, you need to guess the strain of cannabis that will be the next strain that Jodi will be harvesting. And Jodi, I know that you might have like 1 or 2 strains that might be like kind of close together, and as you go along over the coming weeks, Nate might actually suggest for you to harvest, one a little bit earlier. Like the real answer eventually might be a little bit different, but right now in your head, you kind of know what the next strain is that you'll be harvesting, right?
Right.
Okay, good. Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. All right, so everyone, if you want to win today's contest, which is a jar of awesome jam, you need to guess the next strain that Jodi will be harvesting from her grow. And so, Jodi, just make sure as you're going through it today that you don't like say them out loud, because we want people to guess.
Okay, so should I pull my tags, because my tags are kind of out front? You might see them.
No, well, I'll tell you what, that'll end up sort of being the hint. So people better hurry up and start guessing now, because the first person wins, right?
Okay.
And Jodi, do you have the ability to message like Heather, or do you have the ability to like tell?
Of course I do.
But without giving away the answer right now, because she sort of needs to be watching.
Let's see. I'm on my phone. I hope I don't lose you.
I have an idea. Hold on. Cover your mouth for a second. Cover your mouth. Tell me the answer. Oh, okay. You don't have to whisper.
It's Greentown.
I might have accidentally just given it away a little bit, but we'll see. Okay. You can uncover your mouth and proceed.
All right. Okay, so where was I? Well, I think I want to turn around and show you guys. I mean, I did send some pics. I don't know if you were gonna throw up the pictures of. I think there was the one with trichomes that I had sent, but I will turn around and see if I can get a closer up video. Here, let me. Shit, I can't see. There we go. Okay. Woo! And here we go. Let's see if I have enough light. Okay, so there we go. Now these are so, like, just my room is so stinky right now because of all of the. Now, can you see if I put light? Does it look better if I shine a light on as I come around? I find it difficult to see as I'm videoing. But like when I'm like working with these plants, you can see just how shiny.
Turn it better.
I'm trying to find a better cola.
What's up, guys?
I'm trying to make Nate better on the screen here.
Oh, Nate always looks awesome on screen.
Is that better?
Okay.
Oh.
So this is the one that still kind of has, I don't know if you can see like the little edges that almost look a little, I don't know, to me it looks singed.
Jodi, you're getting a lot of compliments in the comments.
I'm getting compliments. Oh, yay!
Ken in the comments would like to know.
I'd get more if they could smell it.
Ken would like to know if you'll marry him. I'll let him know that you're married already.
Oh, that's awfully sweet. I think my husband might have a problem with that.
I'm like, we talked about it. He was there, saw them, heard them before us.
But, you know, I'm taking applications for friends. So I'm more than happy to be a really good friend.
Can I have an application?
I thought you've already filled yours out, Eric.
Oh, okay.
I'm still looking yours over.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, folks, if you're wondering, today's contest, you need to guess the next strain that Jodi Chapin will be harvesting. And if you are the first person to guess that strain name, you'll win today's prize, which is an awesome infused jam.
That's one of my stinky ones. So another, here, let me come on over here. This one's another one. I feel like my hands are wicked shaking. Sorry. Oh, wait a second. Let me. I just can't work the camera and the light at the same time. I have to remember I'm a nurse and not a videographer. So what do you think of this one? This one definitely smells a lot different than the other one. Definitely has like a more dank smell, I think. Oop. My light just flipped. And these I didn't really do, these aren't the ones that I did a whole lot of the trimming on. It was definitely the ones that were in my veg tent that got the major haircut. These I'm just continuing with my schedule of water feed, and I've definitely noticed they're a lot thirstier more recently. And I don't know if that's just because of a change in the weather, how it's, the weather, even though they're not outdoor plants. I don't know if, just the air quality, if it matters. But I seem to be needing to water them more. And then here's another one. Oh, trying to get at a good angle. So, yeah. That one right there has a lot of white hairs. Like these, like just in the last couple of days, they've just gotten so big too. Like I can't believe that. Like each time I open up the tent, it's like they seem to be doubling in size. Oh my God, these are so stinky. And what would you say, so like, as I'm just coming up close, these leaves are looking like these ones closer to me are a little on the yellower side. I don't know if it shows, if I can get the light on it to kind of show.
What do you think, Nate?
I'm trying to like get in.
I can't really tell. I would say just keep feeding it. Eventually
Okay.
you will get to a point where they will start to yellow off. It's kind of early right now.
And this,
they're looking good though. They're budding up really nice.
this is the plant that I had put the comfrey leaf in. When was that? A week and a half ago.
Yep. Yeah, we just feed. Feed her, and she'll get nice and green.
Okay, and yesterday was a feed day, so that should take a little, maybe in the next day or two.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I mean, I'm very happy with. I mean, I know other people definitely get bigger plants, bigger yields, but I mean, like compared to what I've tried to manage before, like this isn't even from the start with you. These are the tail end of plants that I had started before, like the ones that are in my veg tent, like the ones that I started with you. Oh my God, like those, I cannot believe like what they look like. That's awesome. Okay, so let me stand up and move on into the veg tent. So I have downsized in here. It doesn't look as overgrown as it had because I went down a plant and I did some heavy duty trimming because it was getting to be more than 2 inches between the nodes, and from what you had said, that's a bit much, right? You want them to be more bushy.
Yep.
So I did a lot of cutting. Let's see if I can get in here, and I tried to really open up the middle so more light gets in there because it does look like a lot wants to come up through there, but and they don't seem to be quite as thirsty as my flowering ones. And I don't know if that's because I do have a humidifier going in this tent. Now, I think what I had wanted to ask you about these on the end, I started not trimming as much for a couple of my plants. Now, I mean, I don't know if you can see. I mean, this definitely looks like it's kind of long, but I didn't know if that was something I should cut off. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. I mean, it almost looks like it's, I don't know. Let's see. And this, I have it tied to a stalk because it was one of the stems that I had kind of bent over. I was trying to low stress train it, and I went a little far and it kind of snapped a little bit. So I just have it tied to that for some support. But those are the ones that I put back in to veg. So I'm hoping that they kind of start, filling out a little bit more. Those are the ones that were really tall and leggy. My thing is I had taken, when they were tall and leggy, I had taken them off of the upside down paint buckets. So now it's a little bit further away from my LED lights. I'm trying to draw back just so you can see how far away. Should I just go ahead and drop the lights, or is it better if I bring them up closer, or does it matter?
You can bring the lights down a little bit if you can.
Okay. Just so they don't try stretching again. I mean, I think what I was doing, I had a 4-day stretch on at work, and it was benign neglect. I basically just came in and threw water at them when I woke up. And I think I was just kind of letting them get a bit out of control. And I thought that was a good thing, and it wasn't. So what I've learned is I need to be on top of them daily, like really kind of looking at them and seeing if any of them need either training or trimming. And so then I just have a few more that didn't fit in my veg tent. I'm gonna spin around. This is my makeshift veg area that I just couldn't. This is one of the bigger plants that I couldn't fit back into my veg tent because I was kind of training all of these to go down, and it just kind of it just made it that much bigger. So I'm gonna have to I don't know. Right now I just have lights on it out in the main room. There's no temperature control, there's no air quality control or anything. And then over here, this is one that I had really trimmed back quite a bit. It was I can't believe how much I trimmed off of that one.
Yeah,
but I think it'll bush back. Like I think it'll come back. I mean, it actually already looks like it's grown. It's grown some. I'll probably end up giving this one away. I still need to give away a few more. I have a few more tagged, like these, I think, that I just transplanted. I don't know if you can see that at all, but I have a few that I just transplanted that I'll be giving to some future growers. There's some people that have showed interest, and they're going to start following me. And you, that's another one that was one of the seedlings from April 7th. Some clones back here that have the cups off of them now. I have just recently taken the cups altogether off of them. And here's some more that have the cups. And I do have to spray them so they look like the inside of a shower. But I've kind of, the clones, I've never had a lot of luck with clones before, well, before you. And my clones are doing quite well. So I think this overgrow and share thing is really going to catch on. I have a lot of people that are interested in just kind of learning and, and finding out how to grow their medicine at home. And I just love the idea of, being able to show people that it can be done. That you don't have to have a lot of skill, but you have to have someone that does, that can tell you what to do. Let's see, what's today's date? So these are the seeds that I planted on, what does that say, May 6th. But they're looking like they're stretching, and I don't know why, because I have the light so close to them. I mean, do they look too stretchy?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's pretty stretchy.
Yeah, and I mean, look at how close I have the light to them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the right. Well, it's a grow light that I'd gotten at the depot. It's, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens to them. I don't know if I need to get the light even closer. I mean, I don't know how much closer I can get without being right on top of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just playing around. I mean, I kind of have a little more than I can really handle, so I don't want to get too out of control. But it's fun. I like the success rate so far.
Yeah, you're doing good.
But okay.
It's looking really, really good, Jodi.
And I hope I didn't give away anything as far as the strain that people are trying to guess. I was trying not to go up too close to the.
No, Jodi, if worse comes to worse, you could always get a little.
I don't know if anybody wanted to see anything else. I was going to spin the camera back around. I can't see any comments in the.
Let's see what we got here.
What did I just do?
Somebody was asking what's the problem with the one that was stretching.
Were those the seedlings? The seedlings stretching, or when I was talking about the plants in the veg tent stretching?
Well, Nate, why don't you talk about the idea of stretching and the times you want to do it, and when you don't want to do it, and what causes stretching and what doesn't?
What causes stretching is when there's not enough light above the plant. Like I said, I use fluorescent lights. I use T5 or T8 lights, and I pretty much put that like right on top of it. I don't know if you can do that with that light, but I mean, mine's is only like inches from the top of the plants. So typically, when they come out, they're probably like just a couple of inches. And I put the light right on top of it, and the time I get to my next set of leaves is only like another inch or so, inch and a half.
So Nate, just pretending that like we know absolutely nothing right now. So like, why a normal person doing a home grow? Why wouldn't they want the plants to grow and stretch like that? So tell us what the problem is with that. Why don't you want it to happen?
You don't want it to happen because you want the branches really close. You don't want them far apart. And the other reason is if you let it get really tall and then you top it, it's like trying to hold a bowling ball with a toothpick. You know what I mean? Like it won't hold the weight. You need to build the foundation of the house before you actually build the house. And that's pretty much what it is. You're topping it, so then you get multiple branches and it becomes more of a bush than just a long, tall thing that when you start to get buds, it just wants to fall over. And there will be a point when the plant decides that it can no longer handle any more weight. And the buds just don't get big.
And I guess when people are growing at home, you probably have like everyone sort of has limited space, right? This isn't like growing it outside, so you don't want it to grow too tall. And I guess when you do like top it like that, it forces the plant to sort of grow sideways. It makes the plant take the energy, and instead of making it try to grow straight up on that main stalk, it's now forcing that energy into growth that makes it sort of spread a little bit more sideways, right?
Yep.
And I guess when you do that, when people, if they actually look at pictures of cannabis, that's not topped, it's usually that there's a giant sort of like flower cola in the middle, right? And that plant, even though it's branching off and making branches and putting little buds and flowers, all along the way, the biggest bud and the biggest flower is usually that single top center part of the plant, right? And so when you top it early on and it makes it grow into two, and then you maybe top those and it makes each of those grow into two, you now sort of, the plant has sort of that, instead of one major budding site, the plant is sort of groomed into believing that it now has 2 or 4 or 8 or however many sort of main budding sites. And so even though you have the extra growth still happening off and the smaller bud still happening, now the plant is putting a lot of energy into like multiple main budding sites, right? Is that sort of how, I don't know, that's just my understanding.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to...
Yep, exactly.
You're breaking the apex dominance.
Like right now, my Chernobyl has about 12 tops. It has like 12 main budding sites.
Okay, that's pretty
Your
awesome.
plants, is that what you just said?
Yeah, it has about 12 or so.
So how often are you topping in order to get 4 main colas or budding sites,
Well,
or
you would get 4 main colas off of 2 toppings.
off of 2? Okay.
Yep. So you're doubling it every time.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because if you double it the first time and then each of those, if you keep on topping those off.
Yep.
All right. And you wait a couple of weeks in between topping?
Yes.
So it can heal and grow?
Yep.
All right. I think I did that with one of mine.
So
that's over in my veg tent.
So Nate, one thing that I've sort of have noticed, and when we first met, Nate, I had never grown in soil only, right? Like I was sort of that person who was like, I think probably the best way is to have, non-natural soil and then to add every single nutrient in as you need it as time goes on. And, it's interesting because we've had some discussions at times where we sort of like debate that a little bit, even though I'm just a noob and you're the guy who's sitting there right now as we speak with actual dirt and soil, soil, it's the good stuff, with actual soil on his hands, right? Because you're actually a farmer who does this for a living, right? Exactly, right?
Oh, working hand.
So I know it's all well and good for me to be like, hey, let me talk for a little bit, like I think I know what I'm talking about, right? But my point in saying this is that I have seen Jodi's grow with your help, and really the start of that help was for you to tell her, hey, stop using, like, you need to start using soil that's a super soil with some amendments to it, and all you need to do is water it. And I personally, and like, even though you're the guy with soil on his hands and you're the farmer and you get to put the word master in front of grower because you literally have gone through things that people are supposed to do to be able to say that, right? Like legitimately. Yep. I still like to think sometimes that I know what I'm talking about, but clearly the proof is sort of in the pudding, because even right now when I'm about to say, so, let's recap on the advice that you gave Jodi this week. And really the advice is like, keep watering your plants the way that you're doing them. And I think it's important for a lot of folks out there. It's sort of an important point because I still, and Nate, because I'm a stubborn jerk, like there is still a part of me that thinks like, if you were really super dialed in and you paid crazy attention and you were able to do it perfectly, that there could be some room for improvement on her like yield or the frosty or whatever it is, right? But the bottom line is that like most of us don't actually have that time or frankly experiencing capability to really dial that in like that. And so I think for a lot of the folks at home, it's like a really important point to note that you can just start out with soil that has some awesome amendments in it, and that for the most part, as you're growing, you're doing some physical maintenance on the plant, but as opposed to like doing these like, and yes, we need to pH our water, and yes, we need to make sure it's not like too cold or too hot, or like there's certain smart things that we always need to do when we're growing cannabis. But I think the really cool thing is that, and everyone I think so far has agreed that like Jodi's grow this time around has been pretty amazing. And in fact, I remember when the two of you started this out weeks and weeks ago, that Jodi was like, oh no, like look at these plants, and like I'm really nervous about them, and I'm not sure if they're doing well. And it was like the first episode that you started giving her advice, you were like, hold on, you're actually doing like the wrong thing. You don't need to do that. Just slow down and water your plants and give it some time. And lo and behold, within a couple of weeks, like they were super green and lush, and even everyone in the comments is like, oh my God, those look great, right? And the bottom line is that like, other than electricity, some of the biggest expense, other than people's time, right? Like you got to put time into it, obviously, and love and care and presence and attention. But the biggest cost is like electricity and then nutrients. For like a lot of people who don't just do the super soil route will end up spending a couple of $100s in nutrients over the course of like a 4-month cycle, right? Or 4.5-month cycle. And so I always thought, I was that person who always sort of thought like, hey, if I can spend $250 on this, that must mean that like it's going to be better than the option where I didn't spend $250, right? Like there's a logic there. Like if people are telling me I can spend $250 and really make this amazing, then why wouldn't I do that, right? But it's kind of tough, like I have to say that I'm not always good at admitting that my opinion was wrong. Like I'm always good at admitting when my facts are wrong, but like my opinion, like I have a lot of difficulty admitting when I'm wrong. But I have to say that I'm wrong, and that it's clear, like that if I today were to recommend to a stranger who was growing cannabis for the first time, what should they do? I would definitely tell them that they should go with an amended super soil and just add water throughout the entire grow, because it keeps it so much simpler. You're avoiding newt lock. You're not worrying about ppms. Really, you're not even worrying about you're not worried about am I going to RO filter my water so this way I can add all these nutrients and not get newt lock and all this other stuff. Like it's really keeping it simple for people out
everything
there.
you just said went way over my head.
Well, and I think that's kind of the point, right? Is that
not
like,
even in my vocabulary.
That's kind of the point, is that for a lot of folks out there that like the use case for home grows has changed significantly over the last couple of months, because there's a bunch of people now that like really need to legitimately be looking at the idea of growing at home, because it's either like rec is closed right now, right? You can't get it recreationally. Like if you don't want to get your medicinal card, you can't get it medicinally. And a lot of people aren't comfortable with, gray market and friends and gifting and all of that stuff. So really the next logical choice that makes sense is to grow it yourself at your home, like you've been doing, Jodi, now. And, I think to me, a good point for today, especially when we're talking about that there isn't really much of like, hey, Jodi, you need to make some changes here. You're doing something wrong. You need to hurry up and do this. You need to stop doing that. I think a good takeaway for today is that like, look, when you set it up and you do it right and you're reducing your risk from the start, that it can simply, like I've seen a lot of other grow shows where it's like, all right, well, your tips are curling in and like you've got some spots on the leaves there. And it's like, it usually has to do with like nutrient screw ups, right? It's much less about because we all know we can leave it at a proper humidity and do the proper lighting cycle and all this stuff that and it's a weed, right? So like it's also fairly malleable. Like it can adapt, it can handle a little bit of whatever, but the big difference is usually the nutrients. And I don't know. Again, it's not too often that I admit that my opinion was wrong. It's not easy for me to say that, but definitely Nate, you've totally, and Jodi, you have totally changed the way that I think about super soils and amendments and And
And
yeah,
you know
so
how it tastes too. You know how it tastes. Can't beat it.
well, and you know, and Nate, and I don't know because I'm not enough of an expert, but certainly there's times that somebody will allow for me to sort of sample their cannabis, and it looks beautiful, and it's like it's perfect. I mean, it's beautiful, it's like crystally, and like you know, and you squeeze it, and you're smelling it, and it smells great unsmoked. And then when I smoke it and I taste it, I'm like, ooh, there's an issue here. And I don't know because I'm not learned enough, but my guess is that like that it wasn't flushed right, and that there's like lots of sort of extra nutrients that were hanging around in that plant that caused it to look really good and smell good, but like that maybe sometimes people weren't able to flush it the right way, and so I don't know. I'm thinking that when I see something that looks like it's perfect and then I actually smoke it and taste it and it tastes a little weird, that it's probably not flushed right. And that's the cool thing about the way that Jodi is taking her grow is that she doesn't ever need to flush anything. She's just simply
No.
watering it all along with your. And does she, by the way, does she still do like a 10% runoff? Is that like a good.
I I wouldn't do a 10% runoff. I would definitely make sure that there's something coming out of the bottom of the pots
Okay.
when you water, but it don't have to be 10%. And eventually, it will get to the point where those that nutrients that she put in there will just run out, and that's when your plant will yellow off, you know, and it will just be depleted of nutrients. But the taste of bud, some of it can be that they didn't flush it, and then there could be like the drying and curing process. You can grow the best stuff if you don't dry it properly or you don't cure it properly, then the taste can be off too. You really have to be dialed in on everything, and we will get.
So that's going to be a
the
whole
point
nother.
of drying and curing. We'll get into some tips and some things that you can do to really get your bud to taste really good. But yeah, so if you fail on one of them or you don't do a really good job and you're not dialed in on the drying and curing, it can like affect the taste of the bud.
Okay. And so one question that came in, Nate, and this was a question I always had, and this was, you know, when I've always thought about indoors versus outdoors, you know, I get it, outdoors, there's reasons why people choose each, but really, to me, if I was like, wow, I want the best cannabis I can possibly make, like, it always struck me that indoors made more sense because you can kind of control the climate and make sure it's coming out exactly the way that you want. So an important question, because I always thought, this is why I always thought, well, I know I will always want to grow indoors, and if I want to grow indoors, that means I shouldn't use soil. To me, that always meant that means I need to use like coco noir with some perlite and blah blah blah, right? And it was because I always thought that soil indoors was of a higher risk to the plant having some issues. And clearly that's not the case. I always thought that soil indoors could promote, you know, pest issues and moisture issues that you couldn't control as well as using coco noir and perlite. But that's not the case. And I think both Jodi and you and others are showing that a super soil can work indoors. But Nate, here's what I would ask, because you've done both, right? You've used soils and you've used, you
I've
know,
used coco.
yeah.
Yep.
So do you personally take any extra steps to make sure that your garden is going in the right direction with soil versus coco noir and perlite?
I just think I have to feed them and water them a lot less in soil than I do in cocoa. Yeah.
But no other, like any other like, would you take
I love.
different preventative measures with soil versus coco noir and perlite?
No, it's the same.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And in your experience, you haven't noticed any like that there's more likely of an issue with soil versus coco noir and perlite, or the other way around, right?
No.
Okay. All right. And I guess, Nate, you know, I know your super soil is your recipe, right? But if people wanted to sort of start to find out a little bit more about super soil, and start to figure some stuff out, like what's the right, should they start just Google stuff? Is there a website they should go to? What do you think?
They would probably want to figure out what nutrients the plant actually likes. So you would want phosphorus, you would want nitrogen, you would want potassium, and then there's all kinds of micronutrients that the plant loves too, and then you can get a lot of these products, you can get potassium, you can get all these things, and you can mix it into your own soil. And then you would probably like everything I do, I test. Like I would, going from solo cups to 1 gallon to 5 gallon, I pretty much test out. I don't grow everything in a 1 gallon pot. I don't grow everything in a 5 gallon pot. It's the same thing with the nutrients. You would pretty much make up a mix and you would test it out and see how it went. Maybe it's too hot and it burns your plant a little bit, and then the next batch you would make, you would make it a little bit lighter, and you would just keep doing that. And you pretty much, growing cannabis is just, testing out what you can do and how you can grow it. And if you grow it only one way, you'll never really know which way is better or not. So I've done a lot of tests over my years of different ways. So I pretty much just got a bunch of different nutrients and mixed them in the soil. And
so, yeah, and Nate, I know, there's people in the comments saying that they need soil and stuff, and it's interesting because I know that you're, it's something that you've sort of developed for years now to sort of find your right mix of everything that you found works the best with cannabis. So it's one of those interesting things. It's sort of like somebody asking Averill for a jam recipe.
Yep.
Yeah, right? It's like Bush's baked beans. You don't let anyone know the recipe.
And a lot of these super soils, they can't start their seeds in it right off the bat. Like the stuff that my recipe, I can start right from seed. I can drop a seed right into that mix with the amended soil, and it won't burn the seed. It'll be completely fine.
So by the way, Jodi, nobody has managed to guess yet the strain that you're coming out with. Heather Marie Brown was trying to give some hints. Because people have actually been legitimately pushing to try to guess, and nobody has gotten it yet. So, but I sort of feel like we're getting closer to the end of the show.
Have they guessed any of the strains that I grow or no?
They're not paying attention.
Like any of the, okay.
Well,
I mean, there's even one special one that I always make a big deal about that I'm surprised that that hasn't.
No. We're gonna go with the same, like the original thing that you said. That's what we're gonna go with. But I'm gonna give a huge hint since we're getting closer to the end of the show.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's that this strain it's a Beantown strain, and I know that I saw at least a few people mention one particular Beantown strain. And maybe people don't understand that there's multiple Beantown strains out there. I think this is
there are, because I actually have 2 Beantown.
Well, very good.
Strains.
So
so that might make that hint a little more difficult.
Well, no, I mean, I think probably all people probably need to do is run out to the Beantown's Instagram account, and I'm sure they're going to find it within a couple of minutes. But that said, hey guys, first of all, this was great. For some reason, the Facebook Messenger came off much better than Zoom has lately, and Facebook had sucked earlier. Remember when we were first all doing this? We were using Facebook Messenger, and it was rough, and for some reason, it looks really good today. You guys did awesome, and even some of the new folks in the comments were saying this is the best show yet, kind of thing. So, and it's been you guys, because for some reason our other guest I don't think is going to make it because we're hitting the end of the show here, and they're a no-show, which is fine. I think it was, but it ended up being a lovely Sunday with you guys, and we really appreciate you guys coming to hang out, and it's one of our favorite segments too. So, and everyone else's. So we appreciate you guys spending part of your Sunday morning with us.
Well, I must say it's one of my favorite segments too.
Yeah. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. And And we can't wait to see you again on Wednesday.
All right.
Is it?
Sounds good.
All right.
Have an awesome day. Get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. Lots of vitamin D out there to be had.
Yep. Bombs on fire.
But not too much vitamin D.
Uh,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bye, guys. Jodi, Chapin, and Nate Andrade, they're totally awesome. We love them. So yeah, so that's the that. So yeah, everyone, there's some awesome jam to be won today. Listen, I'm gonna give you yet another hint. It's not Boston Massacre. That's not the strain. It's another Beantown strain. First person who says it is going to win that jam. So let's get on it. And I want to give a special, because I know he's watching. I want to give a special shout out to Nick, the intern, because he was working hard today to try to.
Nick.
He was working hard today to try to make his segment work, and we'll go on it for another day. But he was a little stressed, and that's okay, Nick.
We love you, Nick.
Yeah, for sure. So, thanks. Shout out to DJ Senny. Shout out to Laura Lee.
DJ Stunning.
Yeah, it sort of has like what to some is considered a swear word in the title.
Who's calling us? Don't call us. We call you. Don't call us. We gonna call you.
So, let's figure out this.
Yeah, cause whoever don't guess it, guess what? I guess to keep it.
Any more guesses on this? That's close. I'm gonna see if I can Google it and find it real quick, because I know that this exists doesn't maybe you can't find it. So let's see. Greentown. Green cannabis. Did everyone know that Beantown has a website? I didn't. No, I knew that. Huh. Interesting.
Y'all.
Yeah, so it's not. The answer isn't Boston Massacre, but I'm just. I don't know. I wonder if Beantown ever really talks about it much. Very interesting.
Cali Kush. No. Assholes. Who's the asshole?
Yeah, I think he's guessing what. Because Heather Marie Brown said that there was a swear in the.
Starts with the B.
Yeah, it's not that much of a
Butthole.
swear. It's not like a huge swear. It's not. It's like a swear you can say in front of most people.
Lazy.
All right, so I'm gonna say right now that somebody's come close. Y'all have come close. Y'all have come close.
Well, if nobody get it, we need to move on.
It's true. Because, by the way, today at 4 o'clock is Beantown Greentown show, Sunday Fun Day. and we need to like leave to start heading soon. Everyone's getting close. So it is. Let's see if I can re-Google this. It's funny because I actually was trying to Google for it and I wasn't finding it.
We don't talk to no. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What happened? Shut the fuck up, OG. I got some crazy names.
Wait, what happened with Scott?
I'm finishing my hair.
Oh boy.
What you doing to it? What it look like?
So, and I can talk to Heather around. Somebody did come closest.
Who came the closest? Who came the closest? Braids look great. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see what your braids looking like.
Uh-oh. Heather Marie just gave a bunch of, oh, it looks like we got it. All right. So I just am waiting for. Okay. So today's winner is Sharon Grace.
Happy.
She. This is her second time winning in like a week. It's her second time winning Infused Jam. She had been trying for a long, long time to win contests with us, and finally she broke the seal last week. And she's still waiting for that Infused Jam, and she's got 2 coming. So hopefully she'll enjoy those. But Sharon's the winner today.
Congratulations.
And the answer was, it's Beantown Greentown Lazy Bastards is the name of their strain. Interestingly, I can't find anything about that anywhere. So it's like Beantown, I think, is still, hopefully we didn't just blow up their spot and tell everyone about a strain that we weren't supposed to. Because anyway, we totally want to thank you guys for joining us today. We love you guys a lot.
It's time to go. It's time to go. Cause we tired and don't want to talk to y'all no more. It's time for us to go. Cause we don't want to talk to y'all no more. And this is the end of the show. Peace.